This is a very complex issue, and I really tried to figure a way to avoid substantial issue, finding a substantial issue, particularly because of the workload relative to staff. But I don't see how that's possible. There's just too many issues. It's too complex, and too many of the mitigations are either not specified in sufficient detail, or they're deferred to identification at a later date, or some of the mitigations that are necessary, there are questions that are unanswered, and mitigations that simply should be in place that aren't in place. I refer specifically, for example, to the water quality in the staff report that talks about not being concerned about the fact that this hotspot is going to receive possibly contaminated runoff because it won't make it any worse. That's not much of a statement to me that there aren't some mitigations that should be included that have not been included. As again, I tried to find a way to deal with this, but I don't see how. I think this commission, for a project of this nature and this complexity and this importance to the region, needs to find substantial issue so that it can be assured that many of the issues that it is concerned about are going to be dealt with. And I, for instance, do specifically relate, let's take the hostel idea. The fact is, they can go to either a mitigation fee, an in lieu fee, or a hostel. Actually, the mitigation fee, if that's what they went to, would be consistent with what the Commission has done in the past. But if they go to the hostel, which is a great idea, there are too many unanswered questions. There is still an EIR to be performed. I hear from one side that, from the applicant, that, well, it will be on either public tidelands or port property, and that it, for instance, can't be outside of the coastal zone. I hear from staff saying that it's going to be on port tidelands, but my understanding is that it could be on port tidelands, port property, or port property that's purchased by the port. So in fact, it could be outside of the coastal zone if it goes to property that's purchased by the port. These are all questions that are, to me, unanswered, that need to be looked at and reviewed in much more detail, and reviewed in such a way that the Commission can make an informed decision. It's a very, very complex issue, and I really do believe that we need to find substantial issue here.
Thank you, Commissioner Wan. Commissioner Waisel, do you want me to go, or?
I move that the Commission determine that appeal number A-6-PSD-08-004 raises no substantial issue with respect to the grounds on which the appeal has been filed under Section 30603 of the Coastal Act, and recommend a no vote.
Okay. Is there a second to Commissioner Waisel's motion? So you're recommending substantial issue. Bill, are you seconding?
Yes.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Would you like to speak to your motion?
Yes, I do. And first of all, just removing my Coastal Commissioner hat and just speaking as a San Diegan and as a council member for San Diego, I can tell you that this project is very, very important. I mean, we see it very important to our city. This is a great project. It's part of a new vision for our waterfront that's going to hopefully accommodate visitors and make our waterfront a lot more exciting. And I just want to commend the Port Authority and staff to working so hard on this project. This project has come a very, very, very long way. And I think we're very, very close to approving a great project here. Also, being intimately aware with the waterfront, being a frequent visitor there, and being a native San Diegan and understanding all the issues related to the waterfront, I can tell you that there are a lot of things happening on our waterfront that need to be looked at holistically. I mean, we are looking at this project individually. I know we are tying it to mass transit, which is in the proximity, but we really don't have a lot of mass transit opportunities along the waterfront as a whole. We have currently, we're looking at expansion of a convention center as we speak now. We're looking at expansion of an airport. And I know that the Port Authority now doesn't manage our airport anymore, but when they did at one point, they had just jurisdiction over all port issues, and our port being one of them is a very, very important part of our waterfront. And as we're looking at an airport expansion, as we're looking at a convention center expansion, we have Navy Broadway complex, many of you are very familiar, that's adjacent to the site. And this project, we're looking at a very large scale development of the waterfront. And I think all these issues regarding to mass transit and parking and a transit plan, I think really need to be looked at in whole. We need to really get down to the details. And while I have a lot of trust in Port Authority, when they come and say we can make this project happen, we will make it happen, we will look at the details, I don't think it would be necessarily appropriate for this commission to surrender our authority on that issue. I think we should really make sure that when we approve this project that we resolve all outstanding matters. And I think that's our job. I think we should do our job with respect to this project. And in regards to maybe affecting this project financially or maybe causing a delay in the development of this project, I want us to kind of remember we heard an item today on Oceanside that was approved several months ago on findings, and this is the second set of findings that we've made on that project. And it has been a kind of a debated project. I think we're hearing another issue on Brightwater today that I think I wasn't even here when Brightwater was approved, and we're still going through those issues. And I think it's best for all involved. It's best for the commission. It's best for the applicant. It's best for everyone that's involved in this project that all those loose ends be completely resolved when this project is approved. It's going to be better for everybody to get this thing done all in one fell swoop. And I think we can do that in the next month or so, or maybe 2 months. And I don't think it'll necessarily delay the project. But this gives us an opportunity to address these issues, put them behind us, and move forward, everybody in agreement that all these issues have been resolved. So I hope we can do that today and not necessarily impact this project in a big way.
I think that this is a very big mistake. I think staff did an excellent job in looking at this. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here, and that is the unions. This is about the union not getting their contract. This is a very good project. This is a project that they have given up. It's a tremendous project from the standpoint of what they're trying to supply in visitor serving, public access, the water quality unit of our staff. Staff's worked very hard on this. They got a hostel or $6 million in fees. We have an economic environment and a financial environment that hardly anything can go. So everybody throws up every little thing and says, this isn't done, this isn't done, this isn't done. And I'll tell you, I have a real problem with something like this. When somebody steps up to the plate, agrees to pay $6 million or build a hostel, you got a staff recommendation, and we go out and delay this thing so the union can work on it and get another contract. I'm going to vote against your motion, Commissioner Waisel.
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's difficult, but quite frankly, I don't find substantial issue. And the reason I don't find it is I agree with the chair. I think staff has adequately described this. There's both specific and detailed conditions and measures involved here to ensure that the reality comes through in terms of the mitigations. If there are changes to it, they're appealable. They have to be memorialized in an amendment to the permit, which is appealable to the commission. The fact of the matter is that the executive director will have oversight